Hello everybody and welcome to the Engine Room Show.
Hello.
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 Oh look, it's a new voice. It's not Cooper.
No, I'm over here.
No.
It's not Humphreys.
No.
It's not Dave Moore. It's Neil Delamere, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome on board.
Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming in.
No
Getting a
worries.
high-profile guest now.
Yeah.
He's definitely the highest profile.
much is
Higher
this
than PJ
costing?
Gallagher, 'cause, like PJ Gallagher, like, yeah.
Was he in?
Yeah, he was
No,
in-
PG Keller's much higher profile. And he also knows things about cars and
He
motorbikes
does, no,
and
but,
stuff.
but that's the thing. You see, what people who don't listen to this show, not that you're one, obviously you're a big fan.
No, I did all the research.
Is that Dave Humphreys is a fully fledged spooker blogger, motoring journalist.
Right. I knew that.
Yeah.
I-
Of course you did.
I have a very strong interest in cars.
Yes, you do.
I often talk to you
I
about
would
them
say
and you go, Jesus.
Perversion.
Perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps
Peccadillo. Predilection.
I own a driver's license.
Yes.
qualification right there.
Is it yours? It's not
Yes,
even
it
yours.
is. I have a
Okay.
full, clean driver's license.
Okay.
Available
And I'm
for
also
work.
superstitious.
Oh, it sounds like you're going for a civil service job.
I do my own shows and sandwiches, and I have a full clean driver's license.
That or local milkman.
Yes.
So there's no qualification to be here,
Okay.
other than the fact that you're supremely famous and you will obviously tweet people to say, lads, look
I
what
was
I
on
did
the
this
engine
week.
room, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we're glad to have you.
What a plan.
Yeah.
In terms of motors, we do talk about cars. a fair
Yes.
bit, obviously, not always, but mostly.
Mostly cake.
Which,
Hello.
Oh yeah, it was Cooper's birthday the other day.
All right.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Cooper.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was a bit bad that you had to DJ at your own birthday party, though.
Yeah, it was more of a performance, I think you'd agree.
Were there other people there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There were, yeah.
Because just him on his own with just one, just like discs and then just one rotating coloured light
Yeah.
in a function room. Would be
Were you there as
deep
well?
depressing. No, I remember my own birthday. That's what it was.
Yeah, we should have had cake though. for
What
his
birthday
You
was
should
it?
have.
It was my actual birthday.
Yeah,
but
what age?
what age?
Oh, my age birthday, yeah.
Oh, you're not revealing your
Oh,
age?
22.
22 what? What units are you measuring this time in?
American measures. They're in Hollywood measures. That's what it is.
Oh, okay, in Botox measure.
Yeah. 22 in Botox measures.
How are you on cars, Neil? Do you care?
I do care, yeah. Well, yeah, of course I do. I like a decent car. I think there's great. Sometimes you try and explain this to some people that you have gone out with, maybe, that there is beauty in cars.
Yeah, oh, there is.
Like an Aston Martin is a beautiful thing to look at. It's an aesthetically pleasing thing to look at, you know.
Couldn't agree
And
more.
I've gone out with some girls who've really kind of dug that, and then some who didn't, and male friends as well who dug it and who didn't, you know. That would be the dream car, incidentally.
Would it?
Yeah,
'Cause I was going to get to that point, but I would jump straight in.
Yeah, I would.
Are we talking kind of James Bond's
Old school
era,
Aston
60s?
Martin or-
Old school
now
Aston
if I
Martin?
had it,
or
yeah, I'd have the two of them. I'd love to have it
Yeah.
either a DB5
Yeah.
from the Bond films,
Yeah.
or a Jag E-Type from around that. But I do have this theory that those cars are essentially like having sex with a model, in that they look amazing, but the ride quality would be really
Bony.
Yeah, bony compared to a model.
Well, funnily enough, I do remember, and we often try and avoid quoting a very famous BBC-based TV show about cars.
Yeah.
But
Top Gear!
There is a company in the UK who take
Accelerate!
those old
TV3.
cars. Yeah. Drive on RT2.
Okay.
Is there?
No, it used to be. at some point.
There is a company
They
that
take one of those old cars.
puts all the new stuff in it,
and they
suspension
make
wise.
suspension-wise, like proper seat belts, airbags. Also
Yeah.
a lot of people say then that rips out the heart of the car, and you should just drive your crappy.
Is that like those
riding
guys
type.
in Germany? Is it? It's like Barabbas or something.
Brabus,
like
yeah,
that. Brabus. No, they do a similar thing, except they just soup up your whatever you
They
have.
get like your modern car and just make it
Like a
even
5 litre
faster.
engine in a Vespa.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. They actually put at one point, didn't they put? and
They did
hopefully
a Brabus
they did-
Smart Roadster.
but the Brabus Smart didn't have the giant engine. The SLK
Yeah.
had a 7.2 litre
Yeah.
engine in it.
Gee.
In an
What?
SLK, the car is the same footprint as a Ford Ka.
Yeah.
Well, I
For
was-
when your penis is that small.
But see, the corollary of that never applies. Like when I had a 1998 Toyota Corolla, nobody
Yeah.
went, well, clearly your penis is massive.
Yeah,
Because it's a really...
that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's only
because I
if
knew
have
you
a
then. I
flashy
definitely
car.
didn't think you had a big Mickey at that
No,
point.
no. It was carefully corralled. Corral sounds like it's massive, doesn't it? I had to get a
like a
sheepdog.
net.
I had to get a penis dog. There was a
Come by.
There was a
Come
show,
boy, come! Oh, that's a really bad choice of words.
There was a show on BBC Two called One Man and His Penis. For people from the hills of Donegal they would unfurl this monster, and sheepdog would
You do drive a lovely car. Do you remember meeting you? God, it was a fair while ago, and you had recently had pretty nasty prang.
Yeah, a guy was turning kind of in front of me, and I was driving along, and he was taking a right, so he was coming the opposite direction, and it was in Moneygall actually. It was in Barack Obama's hometown,
Yeah.
and it all went downhill after they linked him to it. And this old dude, it hit this Hilux, like a Toyota Hilux. You know the thing on Top Gear that essentially they couldn't kill.
Yeah.
And it was completely his fault. So, and he was great because the first thing he did was when he got out, he went, "Are you okay?" And it was kind of amazing, you know. And the weird thing was if the airbags go off in a car, like a lot of the time it happens so quickly you don't know what happens. Yeah. So I'm just kind of sitting there. There's smoke all over the place. The smell of cordite. You're going. Somebody has clearly been practicing for shooting the president. There's a bang, and the guy just went, "Are you okay?" And I kind of forgave him everything. He's an older man. And I just kind of like that's a really like somebody could get your back up by going, "What the hell were you doing?" Even though they were at fault.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they show you some sort of human concern, and we sorted it all out. And but it shows you how quickly something can go completely wrong.
And was there much damage?
Yeah, there was a bit of damage. All right, like his thing was written off.
So you can kill.
You can kill.
Hilux.
Yeah,
I bet you could still drive that Hilux.
There is that thing of kind of economically written off. Isn't
Yeah, it was a financial write-off.
But I crashed into him just outside a.
No, he crashed into you.
Yeah, no, I crashed into him and then he came into my path. Though,
Okay.
So it's still his fault.
Yeah.
And when I rang the insurance company, we were both with the same insurance company, and he was completely at fault. And I got a phone call back from them, and the guy just went, I won't give it away where they were from.
Right.
But the guy went, "How's it going now? I'm from X Insurance. Right now, I just like to say, there's no need for you to get a solicitor involved in this. We'll sort this out ourselves."
Right.
And you suddenly just think, if you wanted to, you could take somebody to clean. But I just think you'd have really bad luck for that.
I think you get bad karma for that.
Yeah, I just think it's really horrible.
I was dropping Lisa into work one morning, and her car was a Volkswagen Polo at the time, and I went into the left-hand turn from what's the name of the street that Connolly Station is on?
Amiens Street.
Amiens Street, turning into
Talbot Street.
Talbot Street. Thank you. And you're not
Thank
even from
God.
Dublin.
Thank God he was here.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know
That's the
what we would have done.
the only reason I'm here.
Yeah, directions.
The work is drying up, so I'm going to GPS voice.
So a recycling company truck was beside me, and when he pulled off the lights, he was on my right, and I was in a left-hand turn just after the bus lane. But he came over to the left a bit and completely took the whole side of the car off. We even lifted up a bit. So I just went round to Store Street Garda Station because we got their reg and everything, and they drove off. I was beeping. They didn't even know. It was the foot pedal. And anyway, he came back round and he's like, "All right, Grant." You could see the blue of the paint and the footstep and everything. And they took scrapings and put it in a bag. Anyway, I got a call from the owner of the company.
Free bins for life.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
He says, "I want to meet up with you," and I'm like, "Why?" "Well, just to discuss this."
In a dark, isolated industrial estate.
Bring no one.
Yeah.
Discuss this claim. I said, "Well, I'm not claiming like injury or anything like this. We're all okay." He goes, "No,
Fix the car.
yeah." I said, "We just want the car fixed back on the road again. Like, it's not that expensive, and like that's what your insurance is for." He goes, "No, I'd prefer to just meet up with you." I said, "Right now, to be honest with you, you're scaring me, so
Yeah.
I'm going to end this conversation now. I'm not going to claim any loss of earnings or anything else. It is literally that." "All right, so go on." I was like,
Have you been watching The Sopranos at the time as well? Garbage disposal.
Yeah, bin companies.
Just
are all
want to meet
around
up
the
with you in
city.
the Dublin Mountains. That's
What about a giant bin truck to squash the stuff?
What's going on with that? That's a board going beep. Come on, that.
Was your Corolla your worst car? Like, not that it's a great car, but was it?
It was the best car I ever had, actually.
Really?
I had that for I bought that from one of the first paychecks from the panel. right? Well, the first 5 pages
Yeah.
from the van left. And
Was
that-
it new? Have you ever bought a new car?
No,
No,
never
no.
bought a new car. No,
Good, smart.
I am a culture, so that should have answered that question.
I'm a Jacqueline. I've never bought a new car.
Yeah,
I'm a dub living in the country. That's why I bought one.
you
Yeah,
bought-
that's where you get
that's-
You're
confused.
confused.
right.
Yeah.
No, I've never bought a new car, and it was a great car in that I could have sold it a load of times. A load of people wanted that car,
Right.
and I sold it to a comedian's brother. Pretty sure something. I think he still has it.
Colour, spec.
What colour? It was a Garda blue. It looked like an unmarked squad car.
Ah,
I have
yes.
to
What
say.
reg was on it though?
Uh,
Was it a Dublin reg?
No, God, I can't remember the reg of it now. Actually, I think it was a Dublin reg. Yeah.
Because a friend of mine bought a Mondeo,
Yeah.
and he nearly has it looking like an
People
unmarked.
slow down.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like he says, it's great when you're driving along. I said till they see the Meath reg. He goes, that doesn't make any difference. And I'm like, well, yeah, all Garda cars are Dublin reg. No, they're not. I'm like, no, they are. And it's like completely overset.
Really?
Yeah.
I just never. I think I spent I bought 2 wiper blades for it and tires for it in about 4 years, and that
Yeah.
was. It was a perfect gigging car when you're starting out and you didn't have that much money.
Did it have any nice spec
Saw
on
some
it?
serious action.
Oh, I'm sure it did. Oh, I'm sure it
Serious
did.
The engine was
action.
replaced 4 times.
Drove up to the Phoenix Park on my own. Yeah.
We all got to do what we got to do sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
CD player, aircon, any of that?
Are all things that I would have liked to have had in a car.
8-track.
I knew we were in the middle of the Celtic Tiger when my niece, who was about 8 or 9 at the time, went, "Where's the aircon?" And you're like, "It's beside you," and it winds slowly down on the left hand side and right hand side. No, none of those things, but just unbelievably reliable, you know.
The car you're driving now, you don't have to discuss makes and models and that, but are you happy with it?
I am, yeah. It's a small little car, so it's a kind of a ridiculous car in that it's a little sporty job. So, I think it's just time to have. I bought it as for my 30th birthday, and I kind of thought the logic behind it was you might not always be able to have a ridiculous car. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't mean ridiculous as in it's a 5-litre car or a 3-litre
No,
car.
but just
but
in shape
ridiculously
and-
impractical
Yeah.
car. So, and I kind of would like to have another ridiculously impractical car between now and
And
midlife crisis.
I was going to say,
time.
whoa, that wasn't a midlife crisis, you don't think?
At 30,
That was the
Oh,
pre-runner.
no,
That was
the age
a
of
trial
what-
run.
You know.
I'd like to have a stupid car.
Right, okay.
A really stupid car for a year, I think. You know.
Like it was.
I a car that really is.
It's like you need to get it out of your system. It's like kind of going interrating for a year. It's like the
Yeah.
J1. You've just got to do it,
But
and
also,
then
like if you buy it like a Porsche or not a Ferrari like that, they're just way too,
Way beyond,
you know.
yeah.
But if you've got like an old second-hand Porsche or something like that, what age are you allowed to buy that at before it becomes entirely midlife crisis?
well, I think if you get an old Porsche and you're kind of our age,
Yeah,
it's kind of like, oh yeah,
that's okay.
that's pretty cool.
Because you're making a statement.
If you're
Yeah.
like, you know, in 15 years' time, you're just gonna look like, look at that sad old
Yeah.
man having a midlife crisis.
Yeah, yeah,
So
well,
you kind of like now
So
is
it's our
more the
duty,
time.
really, isn't it?
Now
I
is
think
more
it
the
might
time
be.
to do it. Then
No, I
Will
have to
there be
say-
an issue with the blonde lady I've imported?
No, I think
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
once she looks like she may be the same decade as you age-wise.
No,
No.
nowhere near that.
Absolutely
Then
No,
pe-
no, no.
they're gonna judge.
Yeah, I'm gonna embrace it. That's what I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think you get away with it once you just don't wear a cardigan.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
I'm very much
Yeah.
wearing a cardigan. I'm owning this cardigan.
Can I pause this motoring talk to draw everyone's attention to the fact that there are people up on top of the roof of an apartment block across the way,
Yeah.
and the boy who has his hands down
Yeah.
Mhm.
has just dropped another boy down, which is a considerable height because it looked like he had his feet on the ground, and then he disappeared.
Oh.
There he is.
Oh, there he
He
is.
disappeared from view.
Are they burgling the?
No, I don't think they're doing anything untoward.
He's not going to be able to get back
No,
up
he's
onto
not
that
going to
roof.
get back up. There's absolutely no way he can get back up. I don't know what they're going to do.
This is an inner city version of Anne Frank. He's going to be there now,
Forever.
writing a diary. Today,
What
in
is he
98
going to
FM.
Anyway, fair play to him or whatever. God, weird. Sorry, I just saw him drop it completely.
We didn't have the camera pointing that way, so.
Damn it.
I like the way you did let the conversation run on,
Oh,
though,
I-
because you're such a pro going, well, I mean, a young lad has almost killed himself, but listen, Delamere might come up with some comedy, motoring anecdote gold.
I'd let him just run on
Tell us
the
about
way
the
out.
time you had your pistons rebored.
No, hang on. Everyone look now. He's up there. He's throwing things off the roof into the canal. Cans. I think.
Cans. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're
So
bottles, is it? They're quite splashy.
Now he's jumped back down into that hollow. And what is he going to do now?
Is it right that I kind of wish injury on one of them, or all of them? I don't mean serious injury.
No, I know what you mean, but just
I mean,
a
enough to
sprained
maybe-
ankle.
Maybe
Enough to involve the emergency services to have to come and
With a helicopter.
and then to get into trouble.
yeah, then to get into trouble, maybe reducing mobility for a considerable time into the future, and it's certainly reducing
Oh.
their antisocial
So he's
behaviour.
back up again.
Well, they're not dressed like.
Cans. I wonder.
Their bottles
He's
are
throwing
thrown.
so many bottles of cans. I wonder if he's cleaning it.
By
By throwing them into the Grand Canal Basin.
recycling them by throwing them into the
Well,
water.
I mean, and, like, is he so house proud?
And now there's people, if you can't see this now, there's people looking down from canal barges looking at these kids. I'll tell you one thing, if a fish jumps out and catches one of those bottles, I'm going to be unbelievably impressed.
I just want to know. He's going to try and hop up now. No, you haven't a hope in a million years. Unless your other
Oh no,
mate,
you see that side is...
yeah, it's lower, but
it's
his
lower.
mate's going to have to hold his other mate's legs. And
Yeah.
she's a girl. Is she going to have the strength?
Fuck
Being gender biased now. Jump up and grab his hand. No.
Yeah, this
be there
isn't...
for
If you
hours.
don't make it on the first jump up, you're not going to
Yeah,
make
because
it.
you're going to start getting tired now.
Yeah.
This is where you get a chair and a rope. So you stand on the chair and you hook the rope up to the
Hey,
chair and pull
Or,
it back up.
Yeah,
or an
if-
education.
Yeah.
If his friend catches his hand in the traditional wrist gripping
It'll
handshake
pull him
that you
off
see in
the
movies,
roof.
Yeah.
he'll dislocate his shoulder.
Well, here's
pull 'em
hoping
over.
anyway.
As he said, reduce mobility.
Here's hoping.
Okay, he's disappeared. They've got their hands over. I noticed the original male hanger on her is only using one hand.
He's jumping up the wrong side now.
Is this going to be related to cars soon at some point, or is
I
this
don't know if
entirely...
this is actually going to be making it to the podcast.
Did
What
you-
kind of car do you reckon is going to pull up?
Did you arrange these young lads in case this flagged a little bit?
They've gone too early. Oh, hang on,
Just
what's
in
going on
time.
now? They're going back up, cleaning knees. Right, what's
Is that a girl?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's a good
That's the girl on the left, yeah.
So why are they going for the bigger, taller wall? That makes less sense.
Maybe it's
Maybe there's something to stand on.
something to stand on, yeah.
He hasn't resurfaced in a while.
No. This is actually reasonably entertaining.
Yeah.
I wonder can I zoom in?
And why do they care so much about throwing the bottles?
Because
There we
it's
go.
somebody's apartment and
I wonder-
someone is coming up to the roof and they're going to figure...
I wonder is that their apartment and they're annoyed by all the empties rolling around on the roof all the time.
I think if they were that house proud, they wouldn't be throwing
And
stuff
he's
off
got
the
something
roof.
for him to
Zoom.
stand on. A
Yeah,
chair.
he can zoom with.
Someone said a chair.
Now he's not going to...
Zoom with
He's
it.
not going to be able to get that chair
Yeah,
back
camera.
up, obviously.
No, unless he catches his foot in it as he's being dragged up.
Oh
his
my
side.
god, it's like some sort of burlesque show you're talking about.
Or a Krypton factor.
I feel. Meanwhile, I feel slightly uncomfortable now.
Yeah.
I'm
This
uncomfortable with the fact that Cooper was in the way of my viewing now. Thank you. Having wished ill upon them, I'd certainly feel like cheering if he makes it.
It has kind of come full circle, hasn't it?
yeah.
I hope he pulls one of them over with him with the weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't do it, dude.
Yeah, like,
So why doesn't he stand on this chair?
I've no idea. And why would they leave the chair there? I mean, if you're not going to do it, then throw the chair up.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh.
That is impressive Spider-Maning right there.
No. Come on. Grab him by the crotch. All I hear is Mariah Carey Hero in my head now.
Okay, so he's back up, but they've just dropped a chair down.
Yeah.
He's knackered. He's sitting down.
anyway.
Yeah.
His adrenal glands have emptied.
Jesus,
Glad we
enough
were
of the
right.
biology. Jesus.
You know, that's why I'm here.
Yes, he is here to provide various tidbits of the endocrinal system. Well done.
Okay, so
Hormone Dave,
that,
as he's called.
that interruption was brought to you by three
Delinquents.
Yeah,
Delinquents.
I was looking for a different word. Three delinquents on top of a roof. Anyway, okay, so you covered Dream Car, but we do ask Dream Car in a certain way.
Okay. Dream car.
Yes, that's right.
He has listened.
A dream car, but you cannot change anything else about your circumstance. In other words,
Where you live, you're...
so you don't have a big long driveway with a gate, an electric gate that you can keep your collection clear. It's
yeah.
like you live where you live right now.
Okay.
What car are you putting outside your thing? But budget is no issue.
Okay, so I can afford to insure it and drive the
All of
petrol.
that,
Yeah, yeah.
but you just
Yeah.
it's got to park wherever you park yours. If that's in an apartment car park, fine. If that's on the street with a residence permit, fine. If that's in your driveway, that's fine. But whatever you park your car now, that's where you're parking. Does that affect your Aston Martin fetish?
Yes,
Okay.
it probably
Oh.
does. Can I park my missus's car in front of
No.
No.
I can't.
Well, in front of it, as in block it in the driveway.
Block it in the driveway.
Yeah, you can do that.
I could do that. Well, then, yeah.
It's insured anyway, so who
Yeah,
cares?
yeah.
No, but it's what your neighbours think.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's what is
And
that what it's about?
well, and the urchins around the place.
I
love
would have thought
rest
the
of
the antisocial side of things. Yeah, well, see, of course, the other side of me is that even if you won loads and loads of money and you could afford these cars, I don't know how much you'd ever spend in a car. I can't conceive of a situation.
He hasn't listened, has he?
I genuinely,
No, but
like, okay,
I
how
see what
much
you
money
mean.
would you have to have in your bank account before you would spend? How much does an Aston Martin cost? £150,000?
Bit more.
A bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
£200,000?
About that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I reckon
Okay.
I'd have to have
For new one.
£200,000?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I completely hear you.
Do you know what I mean?
I no matter how much money I have, I don't think, and maybe the day will come when I'll have this little dilemma. But I don't think so. I don't think I'd ever buy a new car, like ever,
Really?
ever, because I can't. It's one of those things that even if I had all the money in the world, why buy the one that is 6 months older,
Yeah,
that has a couple of thousand miles on it,
yeah,
and it's like 10, 15, 20% cheaper.
yeah.
I don't get the buzz of owning. Okay, you could spec it out. I guess the only thing was like color, or I really, really want the sat nav that goes like beetledy bo.
Or the starlight roof.
starlight roof, for example. Yes.
Yeah.
But think like I suppose, but I don't even think I could justify it then.
No, I couldn't. I think I'm too. I think maybe if you won the lotto at 19, but if you get to
All right.
30 or
Yeah.
you get to
I
whatever,
disagree with you. It's like the way it's like I only wanted to marry a virgin. I only want to drive a new car. It's the way I look at it. I don't want to. I don't
you're
want
going to end up alone in the bus.
I'm married, and I married a virgin. So she told me.
Oh yeah. you know
Go
when
to
you're
boarding school, a mixed boarding school though. So.
you know when you're going around the country and you're gigging and stuff.
Yeah.
At what point in the country, where are you geographically, whereby it is suddenly okay to give the wave to oncoming traffic, even though you don't know them?
Oh, I'd say Houston Station. Because you don't know, because the fella coming the other way might be a good shot. The one I couldn't ever figure out was the one where you put your in loose chippings and you put your thumb up to the windscreen in case.
What? I don't know this. I
Do you know
don't
when
know this.
you hold the windscreen? You do that to the windscreen just in case a chip hits your windscreen.
What?
Yeah.
Never-
What?
Don't know this.
No.
What do you think it's going to achieve?
That is the point. Your father would do it when in the
Yeah.
80s going to somewhere or 90s somewhere. And you would just do it. And I was driving the car the first time I did it, and I can't remember who was with me, and he didn't even question it. I put it up, and I went, hold on, a stone is going to fly on my windscreen at about 60 miles an hour from another car. My car is going 60 miles an hour as well, but somehow my tiny thumb is going to get from that and just dissipate the force. So
Amazing.
Because somebody did invent a device for that it goes from your dashboard and it's like a false thumb that holds up.
that's
No,
hilarious.
come
Yeah,
on. That
no.
doesn't work.
Well, I know it's also like, do you remember your dad used to have the anti-static strips? Like somebody made billions out of those anti-static strips that didn't work.
Well, I suppose
To
the
stop
only,
car
the only thing I
accidents.
could say is that if we're talking about the 80s, obviously windscreens were made of glass.
Yeah.
Whereas now they're made of that security glass that when
Yeah.
it shatters into a bazillion pieces really quickly and gets out of the way.
Yeah.
So perhaps, I don't know, maybe there is something with actual glass.
I've never heard of that thumb thing.
Have you not?
No.
Really?
No.
Ah, no, that's call yourself a
Yeah.
motor journalist.
Seriously,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Every day's
Well,
a learning day.
He's not technically legally. He's not been accepted into the Motoring Journalist Society.
no,
though.
no.
That's
There is,
because they have
there
loose
is a-
chippings in the drive.
And he drove in and he didn't have his thumb up against the
Well,
windscreen.
that's-
I failed the test.
That's why men, contrary to popular belief, that is why mankind has developed opposable thumbs. It's nothing to do with that. It's mainly the loose chippings.
Well, can I just say, hang on, can I just say, when is the last time any of us have driven on loose chippings?
Oh, all
I've
the
probably
time.
done it fairly recently.
Yeah, me
to go
too.
to a gig, yeah. Do you know the most dangerous
yeah.
roads in Ireland are, by the way? People always go, motorways are the safest and country roads and all the rest are more dangerous. The most dangerous road I always think is the diversion. Because what happens is if you're driving along and you see a diversion everybody on that road is now in a hurry,
Yeah.
And they also don't know the road.
and they don't know the road.
It's usually got no lines on it, and it's
That's
usually
the
overgrown.
Yeah,
as
that's
well,
the one
yeah.
I go. Okay, yeah, strap yourself in here. Yeah.
Slow down.
Well,
It's the only time you put a seatbelt on, is it?
show you
Oh,
time.
diversion,
Show you
click.
time. Put a seatbelt on. Yeah.
Stop.
Seatbelt
the
on,
planes
thumb
with
up to
back
the
of
windscreen. It's safe.
Put the keg down.
Neil Delamere, thank you so much for joining us for the engine room.
No worries. It's been a pleasure,
Is
gentlemen.
it?
I'm registering surprise in my voice. I
I don't know what to expect.
had no idea. I thought it was going to be some sort of exam. Going to hold up road signs. I'm going to go outside. It's going to be, my car's going to be gone, or somebody slowly taking the NCT certificate out of the little hole.
Yeah, just to check.
Yeah.
Neil, thank you very much. Round of applause.
Thank you.